A very good evening and a warm welcome to yet another episode of Meet My Gems, an innovative and interactive approach conducted by our beloved Sir Dr. Prem Kumar Agarwal. Sir, who have been an exemplary and visionary mentor, was himself an aspirant of West Bengal Judicial Service examinations held in the year 1999. He was a top rank holder and highest scorer in that examination. In spite of that, he has dedicated his life to the noble profession of teaching, for which he resigned the judicial services. He is currently the head of the postgraduate department of law of Hooghly Mohsin College, formerly served as a faculty of National University of Juridical Sciences, Kolkata, also known as NUJS Kolkata. He is also the visiting faculty of National Judicial Academy of Honorable Supreme Court and State Judicial Academy of Honorable High Court of Calcutta. I am sure not only me, but he has nurtured so many others with his unfathomable knowledge of law. Sir, who has inspired so many young students and has imbibed in them a vast knowledge of law and its depths. Now, I would like Sir to please say a few words regarding this interactive sessions which is held by us today.
Thank you, Radhika. Thank you for the generous introduction. Good evening, Shushmita. It's really a joy to welcome Shushmita Seal, who has secured the fourth rank in the West Bengal Judicial Service 2021. And after a long gap, we are back again with a new episode of Meet My Gems. Radhika Jalan will be conducting the interview of Shushmita Seal. Radhika herself is an aspirant of judicial service, and Shushmita Seal has successfully cleared the examination in the year 2021, securing the fourth rank. So, Radhika, you may begin now.
Ma'am, we are very much delighted to have you on board in this session with us. I would like to ask you some questions related to preparation for judicial service examination. May I commence, ma'am?
Yes, thank you first of all for having me here. Thank you, Radhika. Thank you, sir. Please start with your questions.
My very first question to you, ma'am, would be what or who was your sole inspiration to tread on the path of judicial services, ma'am?
Talking about inspiration, I would like to say that I was inspired from my father. In the sense that he used to take me to courts during my college days, and whenever I used to see the court sessions, I would whenever I used to see a judge being present in the court session on the edgeless, I would it would inspire me a lot. So the court sessions that my father took me to, that has been one of the reasons for selecting this profession. And during my college time, I would often hear from our professor that, you can also opt for this particular field. So this is a very respectable job. Everybody knows that. It was always suggested by professors in our colleges that it's always the best that if you proceed into this field. So gradually, I would not say that in the initial period of my college days I was completely aware, but as I proceeded further, I became aware of this particular field of the judicial services, and I, gradually got motivated, and then I finally decided that I want to give the judicial service examination.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, what was your feeling when you came to know that you have passed the examination?
Honestly, I could not believe the thing that I have passed this judicial service examination, because this is my very first attempt, and I was not really, I had an expectation that, yeah, I might clear the examination, but I was not very confident about it. But as soon as I came to know, my brother told me the result came out on 25th December. He informed me that, yeah, you have secured fourth rank and you have cleared this examination. I could not believe it, honestly. And yes, eventually I am very happy.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, my next question to you would be we have all heard that a good teacher explains, but a great teacher inspires. Tell us the role of a mentor in your journey of becoming a judicial officer.
Yes, there has been a great role of mentor in my life, especially in this journey, I would say. For me, I would say that there has been more than one mentor. Firstly, my parents, they have been, supporting me. They have been inspiring me in this journey. They always believed in me. Secondly, Agarwal sir, attending his sessions, listening to his videos and lectures, I always had the inspiration. And moreover, I would like to say that the way he explains, the way he makes one topic understand, you will have a clear concept about that particular topic. So attending his sessions, I would like to say that sir's sessions has been of great help. And also the fact that personally, whenever I had any doubt, whenever I had any question, I always used to seek suggestion from sir by personally calling him. He used to always cheer me up whenever I would feel low or depressed or demotivated. He would always say that yes, of course you will be able to do it, why not. So the way he cheers everybody up, and the way he has confidence upon his upon everyone who seeks help from him. So this has been a great motivation for me from sir. And apart from that, has been my seniors, my friends that have they are, who have been helping me in this.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, my next question to you would be, as many young aspirants have doubt regarding when to start the preparations for this exam, when did you actually start for it, ma'am?
In my case, I would like to say that preparation can be divided into two divisions. First one was mental preparation. That was taken by me during the final year of my college, where I decided that, yeah, I want to proceed into this field. I want to give the judicial service examination. Talking about the physical preparation. So for me, it was after I had completed my graduation in 2019. So my suggestion would be that it is an achievable thing, even if you decide that you might start after the graduations are over. But if someone wants to start it during their third or fourth year, that is also nice. That will be suggested also.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, as all of us already know that the syllabus is vast, and for West Bengal Judicial Services, we have to at least keep 14 to 15 subjects at our fingertips. And many have the difficulty to remember such detailed provisions, sections, articles, etc. Can you please share your strategy with us for both prelims and mains?
Yeah, definitely the syllabus, the number of subjects are very huge. So one has to keep one thing in mind, that is you have to have a very clear concept about the subject, about every topic. It's not that you have to start from the very first line to the last line, but understanding the concept properly is very important for this examination. My strategy was that I began my preparation for the mains only. I used to prepare every subject simultaneously. For instance, suppose I am starting with CPC, I'll finish the subject, I'll then start with some other subject. So my preparation mainly concerned for the mains examination. But after I completed all the syllabus of mains, then I started preparing for preliminary examination by solving only the subject that you are revising. For instance, suppose you are revising CPC, you have completed CPC, now you're revising CPC. What one can do is that in my case, I used to open various years preliminary question paper, and I would solve only that part where there is CPC. So in this way, I'm preparing myself for mains also and for prelims. But at the same time, I'm not giving any extra time for preliminary examination, and thus saving a lot of time for me. So that was my strategy for preparing for preliminary examination and for mains. For prelims, there is no necessity of giving extra effort as such, because it is only qualifying in nature. So it is suggested that prepare yourself mainly for the mains. But at the same time, you have to be aware that the competition is cutthroat, and every year the cutoff is also increasing. So you cannot take preliminary examination lightly. So for that purpose, I would say that prepare yourself for the mains properly, and try to solve as many question papers of prelims as possible. And if you give
Okay,
at
ma'am.
least 1 month of time before the prelims, I think that is enough.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, as we all know already, that GK and current affairs, there is no such syllabus for them. So, ma'am, you can please give us any some insights or tips on how to prepare for this examinations for GK and current affairs.
Yeah, for general knowledge, I would like to say is that you can divide your preparation into two divisions. One is that you will have current affairs on one side, and on another side, you will have general knowledge. For current affairs, I think that your preparation or your focus should be more towards current affairs, because you will be able to understand, or you will have to have a precise or a limited preparation for current affairs. So try to follow daily newspapers, magazines, try to allot a certain time daily for general knowledge subject. At least 15 to 20 minutes or 25 minutes will be fine every day. Apart from that, one can also follow certain channels in YouTube which provide with very good general knowledge information. So that was my strategy for current affairs. Now coming to general knowledge, I would say that following a proper any standard general knowledge book is enough. In my case, I followed Lucen's General Knowledge. That is a good book. So, focusing more on current affairs and simultaneously preparing for the general knowledge will be my strategy for GK and current affairs. Try to go through the question papers.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, regarding optional papers, what are the things one needs to keep in mind when choosing his optional subjects? Kindly let us know what were the three optional subjects you chose and the rationale behind those subjects.
Yeah. Before selecting your optional subjects, you have to keep few things in your mind. The first thing is that the subject has to be scoring, right? Because you have three subjects in your hand to score the marks. So try to utilize that thing very properly. So first thing that we have to see is that whether the subject is scoring or not. Another thing is that whether you find an interest in that subject or not. That is also very important. And another thing I would like to say is that try to select those subjects which are already there or which you're already studying for the preliminary examination. For example, in case of limitation, we have 20 marks in the preliminary examination. So it's suggested that you take limitation because you already are preparing for the prelims. So my optional were limitation. I followed Agarwal sir's book, which provides a very in-depth knowledge about that particular subject. Another optional was Mohammedan law. One can also opt for Hindu law as well. And another one was partnership. So these are the three optional papers that I had.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, my next question to you would be it is related to time management, ma'am. As we know that we get only 3 hours time for a paper, and for a student, this is a common psychology that 3 hours is too short time to solve a 100-mark paper. So, while writing answers, what and how much emphasis should be given to ingredients, case laws, illustrations, etc. for 5 marks, 10 marks, and 20 marks questions each, ma'am?
Yeah, I'll answer your question into two phases. Firstly, I like to say is that time management during the examination is very important. It is the most important factor, I like to say. Okay, so especially for the means, it's very important to divide your time proportionately. That you give a particular amount of time for every question. Generally, one gets 15 to 20 minutes of time for every question for each question. So do not try to cross that time. So even if you think that you can write more, it's suggested that you write only within that particular time. So time management is very important for the mains. Okay. And coming to your next question, that is how to write the answers for objectives. I would like to say for short questions that your answer should be precise to the point. and there is no need of writing introduction, conclusion, and so on. Why? Because you'll not get the time if you do so. And for long questions comprising of say 10 to 20 marks, it's suggested that you write your answer in a illustrative manner, in a sketchy way. You write a proper introduction about that particular topic, write about the section, about the case laws, if any, a proper conclusion on that particular topic. So this is how you should write your answer. At least in my case, I followed this particular strategy. Or else it will not be possible for you to complete your answer within the given time.
Yes, ma'am. Now, ma'am, my next question would be, how does one overcome the fear or nervousness of speaking in an interview of this stature? How one should prepare for these interviews?
Um, I am a very shy person too. I think being nervous for the interview is, very common. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to, worry about, I think. One can attend mock interviews. If not, then one can watch various interviews. There are many interviews available in, YouTube and so on, various platforms. So this is how one can be prepared about the kind of questions that come in the interview. And one thing that I like to say is that whenever one is appearing for the interview, it is clear that you have cleared the previous two examinations. Therefore, the interviewer does not test your knowledge. So I would like to repeat one thing that Sir used to say is that it is not about what you say in the interview. It is about how you express yourself, how you answer the questions asked to you. Even if you are unable to answer a particular question, there's nothing to worry about that. You can easily say that, you can easily deny, admit that you have forgotten the answer of that particular question. So it is fine. It is all right. Being nervous is okay. So I would like to say is that it's very natural, it's very normal to be nervous. There's nothing to worry about. Just keep in mind that this is such an examination where your personality is being tested. It is not how much knowledge you are having. It is how you are expressing or how you are answering something. Even if you don't know all the answers, it's fine. You can just simply say that.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, whenever you felt low in the journey, how did you motivate yourself to pick yourself up and begin again?
Yeah, being positive is very important. So it is a very long journey. It's not that you have only few months of time or few months of preparation. For some people, it takes 1 year. For some, it takes 2 years. Sometimes it takes 3 years also. So for that, it's very important that you stay positive. And motivation, I would say, is that it is different for every individual. In my case, I would watch certain entertainment programs. I would talk to my friends. I would read motivational books. So if you have a proper determination that you want to achieve this particular goal, you want to clear the judicial service examination along with a positive attitude, I think it's possible. And even if you feel low or feel down at a particular phase, it will be over very soon.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, now to lighten up the mood, I would like to proceed with a quick rapid fire round. May I commence, ma'am?
Yes, sure.
Okay, ma'am. Civil or criminal, ma'am?
Civil.
Smart work or hard work?
Smart work along with hard work. Very important.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, books or handwritten notes?
Books at any time.
Okay, ma'am. Physical classes or online classes, ma'am?
For me, online classes,
Okay, ma'am. Seminars, ma'am, or webinars?
seminars.
Age old customs or modern trends?
Age old customs along with touches of modern forms.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, constitutional practice or criminal trials?
Criminal trials.
Okay, ma'am. Physical court hearing versus virtual court hearing, ma'am?
Physical court hearings.
Okay, ma'am. Service and practice?
Service.
Okay,
Of course,
ma'am.
service.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, now my concluding question to you would be anything you didn't like about judicial services examination or you would want to be modified in the exam from an aspirant's point of view, ma'am?
There's nothing to complain about in this examination, I would say. But the fact that the examination schedule is very hectic, the subjects, the syllabus are huge in nature. So that is the only problem that you face. But this pattern is followed in every competitive examination, more or less. So I believe that if you study the proper, if you make a proper strategy, if you go through the proper, question paper, follow the syllabus properly, the examination is not unachievable. So therefore, I would not complain about anything.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable time and detailed discussion. I am sure the insights shared by you would help all the judicial service aspirants. Thank you again. Now, I would like Sir to say a few words.
Thank you very much.
So it was really an interesting insight into the success story of Sushmita, who secured a fourth rank in the WJS 2021. Radhika,
Thank you,
those
sir.
insightful questions actually coaxed out the secret of success of Sushmita, which I'm sure will help the aspirants in a big way. Thank you, Sushmita, for sharing and for divulging your secret of success for the posterity, for
Thank you,
your.
sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir, for having me here.
Thank you.
It was
Thank you
my
so much.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank